There's a lot to be said about an organization like FaZe Clan. As per usual, hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to the show. Before we get into today's video, which I'm sure you guys clicked on, knowing the topic of being some insane sales from an organization who certainly has expanded very well into the entertainment, streetwear, clothing, merch, and overall also as an esports organization, that being FaZe Clan. Let me just really say quickly, Andy, Hex from NRG, Liquid Steve, Cloud9 Jack, G2 Carlos, you guys know where my DMs are if you want to leak me your numbers as well. There are only a few organizations, if not even if that many, who can actually break these kind of tremendous numbers. That being FaZe Clan CEO Lee Trink in a recent podcast / interview coming out and saying some remarkable information which we have only heard publicly once before when it comes time for an esports organization as to what he says, quote unquote, for at least one drop, bringing in $2 million in 24 hours or $500,000 in a matter of 5 minutes for a separate drop. That is just how crazy these FaZe Clan things have been, especially throughout the year of 2020.
You've heard, there we are, there's the slide. Oh, wow, look at that, 14.4 million. That's from the August rankings. And I can tell you that in the November rankings, FaZe Clan are still way ahead at number one. Those logos on the left there, I wanted you to get into just the importance of your merch, because with FaZe Clan, merch is a badge of honor that people like to wear.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a representation of their love of the brand, right? The same way, you know, you wear a rock T-shirt or a T-shirt of your favorite band. But I think what's interesting is there's been, you know, a real influx of streetwear culture into gaming. And so as a result, we've had several of our merchandise drops that have really kind of behaved in a hype beast fashion. We've had some drops where we sold $2 million worth of merch in 24 hours.
Wow.
You know, we've had instances where we could sell $500,000 of merch in 5 minutes. It's that there's that level of passion by the fans.
Fashion lines, and how do you do it? How do you create them?
You know, so we have, some young out there kids that are like on the bleeding edge of what's happening in streetwear culture, and developing kind of amazing designs that resonate with youth culture, right? And there's sort of two paths. There is the more traditional kind of sports apparel that we do, right? The jerseys and the more kind of a straight logo look. And then there's the cutting edge streetwear designs that we also we also deliver.
And I say likely only a few organizations. We know as of right now of two. Last time I talked about this was actually stretching back to 2019. It's always these like random moments. I'm like, man, time certainly does fly. Last time I talked about another organization doing similar numbers, of which was actually identical to this. It was also quoted as $500,000 in 5 minutes. It was, I know you're not surprised, Nade Shot in 100 Thieves. In several articles, including The Verge in 2019 for the Thieves, they do state during a recent online merchandise drop, gaming fans eagerly refreshed a page waiting to access to a small range of limited edition sweatshirts, t-shirts, and hoodies. The prices were high, but the apparel didn't last long. More than $500,000 worth of gear sold out in just 5 minutes. So it is truly remarkable to see, and that is, I mean, you want to actually paint a direct correlation as to the two organizations that had the biggest jumps on the Forbes valuation list from 2019 to this year 2020. You guys guessed it. We already talked about those esports org values. It was 100 Thieves and FaZe Clan, both respectively jumping right around 20% on that list. Meanwhile, top organizations like Liquid and Cloud9 actually fell off a little bit in those valuations as we continue to see these organizations branch out, not just esports, but also entertainment, content creation, and streamers. It's going to be really cool to see. And also, this is certainly driving a lot of organizations to respond and make their merch and apparel better, which you guys know that I really do greatly enjoy. So I'll leave you guys on one question. If there is a third organization who can sell merch like this, or even close to those numbers, who is it? Is it a Cloud9? Is it a Liquid? Is it a G2? Is it maybe Optic or NRG as well? That's a weird combination, almost unfair. Who is it though? But we know for sure publicly wise, 100 Thieves and FaZe Clan are two of the best, each of which have now said they can make $500,000 in 5 minutes of a drop. when I was in high school, going on to college, when I first was making YouTube videos, if you guys remember the OG days, one time I had merch on my old channel and I sold 4 shirts and I lost a lot of money. So there's that. Drink your water, drink your coffee. I'll catch you back here next time. Take care, folks.